Didn't take enough. Let's just ride along.
Coming into turn 4. Oh, a lot of bumper cars going on. Rahal just on the outside, got taken out with that.
Compound.
Here we go into turn 1 from 6th gear down to 2nd from 155, 60 miles an hour into turn 1 at about 55 or so. So we can see aboard his IZOB machine right now. We ride along with Ryan Briscoe. Some great running on the outside, and there's the information we needed. That's why the flat tire with Oriol Servia's car just
Give you one more view from J.R. Hildebrand as we get ready to head to commercial break. We'll be back with more after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
But he pitted back on lap 3. All right, let's see what happened here. We go back on board with Charlie Kimball.
Tires are very cold. Yep, just understeering into the wall. Now when the tires start to warm up,
Her second incident of nose damage.
down turn 1, we start getting in through the turn. Oh, that was the situation. Remember we talked about 22, Justin Wilson having a problem, maybe just not having an opportunity to get out of the turn as quickly as you.
Fire sprinklers.
On board with Simona de Silvestro, and wow, that was the Hinchcliffe. That was Hinchcliffe turning it around quickly.
And now this is J.R. Hildebrand. That's Matos to his right. This is where the problem will occur. We'll watch closely. Ooh, a bang of wheels.
Wow. They get kind of bottled up on the right-hand side.
Oh, 3 wide there.
Boy, that's nice stuff right there. That's great.
And that's
driving.
a teammate.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. There's EJ Viso.
There goes Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
And Sato tried to force the issue, but thankfully kept it running. So he'll be back for more.
This is Simona de Silvestro's in-car. She was right behind the bump.
And you know,
Or did the bumping.
he was following the course map he did this morning with Marty.
And you can see.
I don't think he knew he was there at all.
But contact. Now let's see. This will be look at the right front, because that's where the contact happens. She gets squeezed in the middle of the sandwich.
I'm not sure she was hit by anyone or thing.
Just had a little tap on Viso though to get him turned.
Didn't take much of that corner. You're up.
Look at some contact between Franchitti and Briscoe.
Wow, that is so close. And this one, it gets
He comes
over
back
close.
in. Comes back in.
Oh,
Wow.
there's the bump. Wow. This is Hildebrand.
We got a little bit.
Yep. Well, there is the 2 cars we just saw.
Yep.
The puncture on the left rear for Wilson and the wing that we saw flying.
Right.
And apparently this has nothing to do with what happened to Mike.
On board with Ryan.
Oh, wow. That's a tough place to make a pass right there. First of all, when you hit a curb, like where you're going, you're not going to turn.
Justin Wilson. So let's first find out what happened to Justin Wilson. Remember, he has that wrist fracture. And I think he...
We thought for a... Here's the
Listen.
on board.
Just listen when he gets up here.
Yeah. Well, that looked like Hildebrand.
It looked like Paul Tracy to me.
You think?
Yeah. And now we're on board with J.R. Hildebrand.
Yeah, something broke.
Okay.
Definitely no contact.
But you heard... Ow.
From Powers on board.
And Power's doing exactly what he should. He's looking for a spot. He's not rubbing on anybody. He's just seeing if he can find something. And then next thing you know, hello,
Bang.
Elio. That's the same thing that happened in St. Petersburg when he came in. Wow.
And now Oriol Servia.
This will be the funnest ride, really, of the whole day. Does a great job missing catching.
Yeah.
Stands on the gas.
Immediately
He's got
turns
plenty of
right,
room.
lights it up, says, here's a gap. Look at this. Yeah.
Right behind Danica. That was good.
Nice. Well, you know, one of our journalists, Marshall,
Probably gave it a little bit too much. Here we're on board with Hunter-Reay. And that, I mean, just a little bit. He got on the throttle a little bit. It just doesn't take much. I mean, very, very difficult conditions to be driving in.
Now, there are 2 other cars that were involved in this Meira incident. We'll see how they ended up down there. Oh, look at that. Wow, what a great shot. When you lock the rear brakes,
It's over.
it's over, baby. And there's 2 other cars.
You have to have all those stops perfectly. The wheel does not get on right. The serviceman is actually waving his hand. Willpower is off and going, and unfortunately the wheel nut was not on.
On board with Ryan Briscoe.
Listen to Briscoe, gets off the throttle. He sees it transpiring in front of him, does an excellent job getting through all that. And Eddie, you've been through that, I've been through that. Man, your heart rate is just going through the roof.
And you're on automatic. Your hands are... Oh, how about Marco? Oh, that is close.
Go low, go low, go low. Yellow.
Our answer right here. On board with Charlie Kimball. Oh, yeah. He hit the wall going in the corner. So you...
You just let the car get too high. Going
maybe a little bit too severely. He didn't want to be too up high because he knew there was no grip. And he just charged down the bottom, and there's nowhere.
Outside.
There was no for Briscoe to go.
Outside. Still there, still there.
For a moment, they almost saved it. Almost doesn't work around here.
really thought, drive by. Look at this.
That's just 2 feet in the wrong place. And it's been happening all day long. He almost won it with 3 wheels.
He's closed that gap. He has closed that gap.
Here's
Now this was the contact that he had with Sato, and if you look closely, the wing bent. And so with that front end plate, Dan, you're saying Sato may have a cut tire.
I'd be very surprised if not. When you make contact.
enters pit lane. Here's Graham Rahal, and he's in the back.
Whoa!
Wow!
That looked like power. That looked like power ducking underneath that.
Whoa! What was an incredible miss by Will Power.
And this is intense, guys. This is unbelievable. It's bumpy there. It's slippy. And like I say, that
around. Now we're going to ride on board with him. He sees all this activity up front. Off the throttle, not too much though in the back end, just comes around. So, gotta say, don't want to driver error, but certainly the back end of the car is very loose. Let's watch ahead from Ryan Briscoe's car.
Wow, Briscoe does a nice job just to get around.
Saavedra, the number 34. Just a little bit of a loose race car, very close to what we saw with Ryan Hunter. Now watch here, on board with J.R. Hildebrand. Just turns in a little bit too late. That right side gets into the light gray area and bang. No opportunity. As I always say, you become a passenger at that point in time. It seems like eternity when you're sitting in the car.
very quickly, huge hit. Huge
Watch this.
hit.
And listen.
Outside. Outside. Clear.
You know, what you saw there was he was overtaking Viso.
Looking ahead to.
Oh, that's a difficult one
Yeah,
to
I'm
say
wondering.
from here.
I'm wondering if the right rear suspension may have given way. That had to take them both.
Wow, that could have been big.
What a save for EJ Viso. On board with Briscoe.
That's a pretty good shot right there.
Ryan Briscoe has
Late contact.
It's pretty close, guys. They didn't give each other very much room. Briscoe's,
Yeah.
just had to turn out because of a little bit of oversteer. That kind of.
Tagliani stalls in turn number 3. There's the onboard shot from Justin Wilson.
Guys, and guess what? Elio took.
And here it is once again on board with Hinchcliffe. There is Tracy beside him, and contact coming up.
They make it all the way through turn 5, though. They just
good tight racing right there.
keep after it. It's not till right here.
And they just didn't give each other an inch.
Hildebrand and Scott Dixon as they head into turn number 3.
Yeah, look to the right, and you'll see Dixon.
Yeah.
And Dixon knows
A touchscreen.
he's on board with Hinchcliffe.
Wow.
Wow, where do you go in all that smoke? JR.
He was thinking, thank you very much right there.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And the contact with Danica Patrick. Pow. I mean, nothing Briscoe can do about that.
Absolutely nothing. That was unfortunate for him.
Enough back to where he's thinking, okay, well, he's at this point, okay, I'm clear. I can go to the apex.
Guys, and you could see he was looking in his mirror for Dario.
Yeah.
You know, you see his head just turns, you know, more to the right.
And watch the front wing. It'll be right. That's it.
Yep.
And when you see that kind of wiggle on a front wing, that's going to cut down a tire.
And you got to give Justin Wilson credit there. He tried to get out of it. EJ hadn't seen him, and he was doing everything he could. You can't blame him for that.
Oh,
he got hit from behind.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Look at it again. Maybe we can see who had contact with Will.
Going up the inside.
Yeah, that's
I believe it's
Tagliani. Alex Tagliani.
Yeah. And Ryan Briscoe was right behind.
Now, Tagliani was laps down, though, right?
From Ryan Briscoe's perspective.
Boy, that thing
Watch tags.
It rode that fence.
Oh, wow. It sure did.
And that's a 40-mile-an-hour corner.
Wow. Here's Justin Wilson.
Yep.
Now James Hinchcliffe.
Now you get a good view of Marco. Pow.
Oh. Man, they're all fighting for real.
Wow, look at the parts flying.
Dallara have done very well out of this race, I can assure you that.
This is J.R. Hildebrand.
Actually, he got quite lucky.
Rahal's car.
There's a shot from tags. He just locked the brakes up and couldn't turn, and that's what happens when you lock those brakes up. You're going to normally slide into something, especially after a restart like that.
Now let's see what happened to Tracy. Whoa.
Ooh, wow.
That was actually Graham Rahal.
Yeah.
So Graham Rahal, when the tire was going down, got off and came back onto the racetrack.
And Ryan Briscoe. Maybe had
good
some
job on
contact
Briscoe's part too. Yeah.
Attack.
Watch this between Kanaan and Franchitti here. Watch the right front to the left rear. Ooh. Little contact there. I'll tell you what, both those guys got away with this, especially Franchitti if he doesn't have any damage. But I'll tell you what, that's
what happened. On board was Sato. Up ahead.
And that is Alex Tagliani. Oh. Now, Alex, he looked like he had to move to the right because of Kimball.
And here is the replay. This is Hildebrand's on board. That's Sato up there.
And
he gets,
That's Viso.
Here's Danica Patrick's view.
Outside.
Very busy ahead. See, he looks like he just goes to get on the power, Marty. And those cold tires, back into the car, would not accept it. Spun the tires, and away it goes. Right along with Elio. And watch this.
All clear.
See here him getting on the gas just a bit too soon. The tires are not up to temperature, Marty. Same scenario as Mike.
On board with J.R. Hildebrand. JR.
Oh, yeah, and he did everything right with the exception of getting hit from the right hand.
All right, on board with Dario. It has been 43 consecutive
decisions, the best that he can, but you can see a little bit of moisture on the lens here. Not sure if that's from before. She just touched the throttle, Marty, and the back end came around.
On board with Briscoe. So Briscoe escaped Neves' view. He Tagliani's managed to get through unscathed, as did his teammate Ryan Briscoe.
He's in 24th position. That's Tags up ahead of him.
He caught just at the wrong time, but he should have much hotter tires. Tagliani not up to speed yet, but he's got to fight back.
Wow.
Both of these.
A rear tire, and then when your tire starts to go down,
look at the left front.
Oh yeah,
it's off the ground.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is Oriole Servia.
Marco around the outside.
Nice.
Wow. Whoa, man.
Bank, as you said, Tony.
I think
he's hanging out there.
He was trying to just squeeze Conway out, which is.
All right, Lindy's with Tim Cindric.
And Will's second win here, but first with Tim Cindric.
What's happening up front? I'm really curious to see how close Will Power on the right of the screen and Graham Rahal on the left, because right here Power had to hold it really tight, as did Briscoe.
Yeah. Off this melee.
Well, we're riding on the car that made the contact. Oh, what's he doing? It was like he was on the left and then decided at the last moment to poke his nose in there.
J.R. Hildebrand's perspective.
You know, you're trained to go for it, but that came so late.
That was too late.
It just came, the decision came too late, and there was just not room.
Elio's picking his way through, isn't he?
Oh, and then he tried to get it.
Here's the onboard camera with Dario. Look at the contact there, but with Graham Rahal.
Yeah, that's pretty big there. But I'm going to give it to Graham. Listen.
As I said, 165, and then he waits, and he just barely, and what in fact, Kimball got on the brakes almost later than what Briscoe did. Actually knocked the wheel out of his hands. He'll come flying up the inside and pow, right there. You could see his hands did JP. It came right off of the steering wheel and the impact, and they look behind. And I mean, what can you say? I mean, there's no way on Wally when you go through that gravel. It's just, it's not a good sound.
And again, that gravel gets in places you don't want.
Looking from Sato.
Tell you what, Conway ran out of room.
Yeah.
Tins over that.
Yes, he will.
Poor day I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a hit there from...
Wow.
Well, because of that, coming with Marco Andretti.
3, 2,
as we watch J.R. Hildebrand. Man.
What is going on? It's safer out of 220 miles per hour than it is on the pit lane.
Here's another angle. This is from J.R. Hildebrand's perspective.
Oh, okay. So, no, Dan was not involved.
Yeah, she was sideways.